Have you heard about calling or texting 988 when you're feeling suicidal or you just need somebody to talk to? I am going to go over the whole website, or as much as I can, about calling 988 and the help that you can get from calling. Um, you deserve to be heard. We're here to listen. A safe space to talk 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Um, what happens when you call or text? And I'm just going to go through it. I've never been to this website, I just found it. So I'd like to share it with you in case you do need it. It says, "We are here to listen. If you are thinking about suicide or you're worried about someone else, we want to help. Call or text 988 toll free anytime. Lines are open 24/7, 365." And it says call or text. And then it says what to expect when you reach a 988 responder. 1. They will listen. The person you connect to will listen with compassion and without judgment and give you space to talk. Now, before I continue, I have been asked, do they call the police? Can they call the police? And I've read on here and they'll go over that. So I just want to let you know that, they will let you know during this um, informational website whether or not what they will do. And I will leave the link in the description. So 2, they will engage with empathy. Whether you are going through whatever you are going through, they want to understand. 3, they will support you. 988 responders can help you explore ways to create safety when things are overwhelming. What happens when you call or text 988? And on a side note, I was asked, can you call or can you text? So it looks like you can do either. Reaching out for help can feel hard, especially if you don't know what will happen next. Watch this short video to learn more about 988 and what to expect when you call or text. I can leave that in the note in the information. Sorry. I've only looked over this. I haven't read through it completely. Confidentiality. We take your privacy and security very seriously. Find out more about using 988, including what we do with the information you choose to share with us. And then they have the terms and conditions. Frequently asked questions. This is what I found interesting. What happens when I call? Everyone who calls 988 will reach a responder who will listen and provide support. If you need to wait for a short time, please stay with us. We will answer your call. Before you connect to a responder, you will hear a brief recorded message to let you know you are in the right place. You will be able to choose whether you want to speak to someone in English. It says or French, but from what I read, it said Spanish. I don't know if it's a typo or if it really is French. Most callers will be able to choose to let us know if they are under 18 or if they are First Nations, Inuit, or Métis. I don't understand what that is, but if you're reading this and you're that, you'll know. We will also let you know how you can find out more about 988, including about confidentiality. In some parts of Canada, you will be connected to the existing crisis service for your province or territory and will hear a welcome message from that service. Okay, and then the next one is, I'm really struggling, but I'm not sure if 911 can help me. Should I still call or text? And it says, whether you're going through what Like I said, I have not read this, so I apologize. Whatever you're going through, you're not alone. 988 responders are here to help you find a way through, no matter what it is you are dealing with. No problem is too difficult. Whether you choose to share with us, we won't judge you. If you're not sure if you need help, please reach out to 988. A responder will be there to listen and talk things through with you. And it says, what languages do you offer? It says French. 988 is available 24/7 in English and French. If you would like to speak to someone in another language, this may be available by phone via entrepreneur. No, that's not the right word. Interpreter. I'm laughing at myself. Just let the responder know when this is serious, and I think it's serious. It's just the entrepreneur is a business owner, not, interpreter. Good one, Mom. Just let the responder know when you first get through to them, and they will let you know what to do next. Can I call 911? I should just start this over. Can I call 988 from a payphone? Yes, you can call from a payphone. You do not need to put money into a payphone in order to call 988. Can I access 988 if I am deaf or hard of hearing? If you are deaf or hard of hearing, there are 3 ways you can get help from 988. 1. Use the Canada Video Relay Service, Canada VRS, to call 988. Canada VRS connects you to a video interpreter, VI, who facilitates the call into American Sign Language, or Langue de Sign du Quebec. The service is free and available 24/7, 365 days a year. Find out more on the Canadian website. Like I said, I'm going to post this website so you can kind of go over it yourself. 988 responders have been trained to handle calls from people who use Canada VRS and work with interpreters to provide support. 2. Use a teletypewriter and Internet Protocol Relay Service. Both TTY and IP relay services use a relay operator to read what you type to a responder and transcribe what they are saying back to you. So I'm going to go on, because if you need to know that, you can read it at the website that I post. Can I contact 988 if I don't have a cell phone? You can call 988 from either a landline or a cell phone. Texting services are only available by cell phone. Will 988 call me back if I hang up? 988 responders will only call you back if they are concerned about your safety. Why is 988 focused on suicide? I thought this was a mental health line. 988's main goal is to prevent suicide. However, we know that people who are experiencing mental health crisis are at a greater risk of suicide. We also know that people who are at risk of suicide may not always realize that they are experiencing suicidal thoughts. Because of this, no one who reaches out to 988 will be turned away. If you reach out, 988 responders will support you whatever you are going through. Who do I call if I need mental health support? If you want to find a therapist or other mental health service in your area, you can call 211 in most parts of Canada, or visit 211.ca. The service is free and confidential and available 24/7 in most than 150 languages by phone, chat, text, and web. You can also reach out to your primary care provider. There's also in the US 741-741. It is still active. We checked, and that's one. 988 is something new. 741-741 is one that you also can contact. Okay. I called, text, and got a message that I was being transferred to another service. Why? We will always be as transparent as possible about who you will be talking to. In some parts of Canada, you will call or text 988. Oh, if you call or text 988, you will be connected directly to the existing crisis service in your province. This means that when you call or text from an area code in one of these province, you will be talking to someone who is close to home. See, I'm not understanding why they are focusing so much on Canada when they talk about this in the United States so much. I'm really confused by this. So I'm kind of skipping over the Canada stuff because I'm in the US and this is supposed to be directed toward the US. So I'm going to, if you are in Canada, I'm leaving the link and you can go over it and find the information that pertains to you. So, do you record calls and texts? We may monitor or record your call or keep a transcript of your text for training purposes or to improve the quality of the service. Before a recording starts and before you are connected to a responder, you will hear a message letting you know that this will happen. We will also give you a link to the page on our website where you can find out more about call recording, privacy, confidentiality, and how your information will be used. By proceeding with the call, you are agreeing to this recording. What information do you collect about callers and texters? Do you share it with anyone else? It is up to you how much or how little personal information you share with us. 988 responders will only ask for personal information to provide culturally affirming support if they feel it is necessary to keep you safe. We will only share information about people who call or text if it is necessary to keep you safe, and then we share the minimum amount of information required. To make sure that you don't have to retell your story every time we reach out to you without personal identifying details to information, the quality of our service. This doesn't make sense, but okay. We will keep any information you choose to share with us via call or text in a secure system. What happens when I text? Everyone who texts 988 will reach a responder who will listen and provide support. If you need to wait for a short time, please stay with us. We will answer your text. Before you connect to a responder. Sorry. Before you connect to a responder, you will be asked to let us know if you want English or French. That's what I'm not understanding, so I don't know. Only worry about it, I guess, if you're French. You will be sent to a link to where you can find out more about 988 and including about confidentiality. In Quebec, you will be connected to the existing crisis service for your province or territory and will receive a welcome message from that service. So yeah, this must be out of Canada. It only makes sense to me, but yet they support the U.S. as well. It's only my guess. How much does it cost to contact you? Calling 988 is toll free, which means you can call for free whenever you are in Canada from any device, whatever kind of phone plan you have. Texting 988 is free if you have an unlimited text plan. If you have a monthly limit for texts and you go over this limit, you may be charged by your service provider. Sorry. If you're unsure if you have an unlimited text plan, please reach out to your service provider for more information. That's dumb. I'm sorry. What are you going to do? Call, AT&T. I need help because I'm suicidal and I want to call 988, but do I have unlimited or limited, Sorry. It's my opinion, of course. It's my channel, so I'm entitled to my opinion, but it's kind of stupid. Anyway, moving on. Who will I be speaking to texting with? Whether you reach out by phone or text, you will connect to someone who has been trained in suicide prevention. This means that if you are having thoughts of suicide or you are worried about someone else, the person you speak with will have had specific training in how to support you. 888 responders are ordinary people like you and me. Whoever you connect to, they will always listen with compassion and without judgment and give you space to talk. They are here to help you think through ways to keep yourself safe when things are overwhelming. Can you really help me? I was feeling down and he made me feel much better. These are quotes, so I don't know if they're, I don't know. I have a much better positive outlook. Your many volunteers have helped me greatly in pushing through the dark and back into the light. Oh, these are some of the things we hear from people who reach out to us. Whether you are facing, whatever you are facing, please reach out. Our responders are caring people who are committed to doing the best to provide meaningful help. Will I have to wait? Our goal is to connect you as quickly as possible. Sometimes if we experience high demand, you might need to wait a short time. If no responders are available when you reach out to 988, your call or text will be placed in a queue. If you do end up needing to wait for a short time, please stay with us. You're not alone. You can also try calling, texting us. If you have already taken steps to end your life or serious harm, please call 911 right away or go to your nearest emergency department. Will you call 911 or the police? We understand people might have concerns about 988 calling 911. That's a lot of nines. Or involving the police or other emergency services. In the vast majority of calls and texts, we will not involve emergency services. Our goal is to make sure everyone who reaches out to us stays safe. We will only call emergency services if you are at risk of dying or seriously harming yourself. If you are expressing a strong desire to take your own life, you tell us you are in the process of ending your life, or you tell us that you may do so in the very near future. The most important thing to remember is that only happens in very few small number of cases. If you're calling about yourself or you need emergency help, the responder will make every effort to support you and help you get to a safe place. We will try other options for safe planning before contacting emergency services. We're not able to promise we won't call 911, but we will do our best to support you whatever happens. If you're thinking about reaching out to us because you're unsure, because you're worried about emergency services being involved, please call or text us. We can talk you through it. So, okay, one more. If the person I'm talking to does call 911, what happens next? On the rare occasions that we call emergency services, it usually means that emergency responders will come to see you in person wherever you are. Depending upon your location and your situation, it may be the police who come to check on you, or it may be another service, EMS, fire, and rescue. Often, all appropriate services will respond to a 911 call. Again, this only happens in a very small number of cases. Whether your safety is at serious, imminent risk, if you're worried, please call or text us and we can talk it through. So that was a few of the questions that I'm asked a lot about 988. And like I said, there's a video here, a YouTube video that you can watch. There's call or text. I'm not going to click on those. There's other resources, other information, and I will leave this information in the video, in the description, for you to watch. And I'm having trouble, or not watch, but to read. And even if you don't need to reach out and call or text, I didn't know you could call, I didn't know you could text, so I learned something on there too. And I'm still learning my camera. Oh, fuck it. So I just found that, and I wanted to share it. Sorry. I wanted to share it with you so you can have that information on hand if you should happen to need it. I don't know why my camera's so wonky. It's still wonky. What should I care? You don't care. You only care about what I talk about, and that's what I'm hoping for. So, yeah, you'll have that information in your back pocket just in case for some reason. Like I said, like it says, they're not always going to call 911. They're not always going to call for emergency services. They will be there just for you to talk to, if need be. But I don't know why it keeps saying Canada and it keeps saying French. I thought that was kind of weird. So you do have the 741 as a backup. If for some reason you live in the States and you need to talk to somebody, we are aware that that line still does work, and for that purpose. So I wish you well. I hope that you get through whatever your struggles are. You can always leave your questions, concerns in the comments. I gotta figure out my camera because I'm crooked. It drives me crazy when I'm not straight. So anyway, I hope that this information is helpful to you. Again, I will leave the information about the 988 as well as the 741 in in the description. I'm also going to quick Google the 741 and see what I come up with. So be well, and please subscribe, like, share if need be. I'm just here to try to make a difference in anybody's life that I can. And I need you to take care of yourself.